My name is Anna Moreno and I am the president of the Italian chapter. In my presentation, I will speak about the importance of conceiving the cultural heritage as a living being, the use of BIM for energy performance contracting, the use of BIM to improve the energy performance during the lifetime of a building, what information is exchanged when, why, and among which actor, the skills needed for the right exchange of information in Open BIM format, the BSI qualification framework, the European RISE project for the gradual acquisition of competencies among all the actors. The buildings are living beings and we need to take care of them during their lifetime, which lasts decades or centuries or even forever. Here are some examples of buildings that changed their use during the centuries. On the left, you see a Cappuccino convent transformed in the headquarters of the State Advocacy General in the middle of Rome. On the right, a rural facility transformed in a luxury home. On the left, a monastery with Roman cistern transformed in hotel with the spa, and on the right, an ancient hospital transformed in a museum of medicine. In the picture, you see the magnificent autopsy room. European directives on energy performance require the refurbishment of at least 3% of the state buildings, and many of these are listed. It is possible in these cases to use the energy performance contracting if the investment can be recovered in 10-20 years. However, existing buildings refurbishment needs to consider different constraints, such as compliance with urban planning, safety, security, architectural barriers, restoration rules, and need to ensure the functional use of different zones with the right lighting and comfort, and of course the reduction of natural resources. The benefits are not only reduction of the cost for the use of natural resources, but also better health due to a better comfort, lower management costs due to the possibility of use of BIM to monitor the HVAC systems, and above all, the reduction of the maintenance cost, which has the greatest impact on the management of building. The use of BIM for energy performance contracting is a mean to build a trustful balance between the achievable saving and investment value because it is based on reliable data. The point of cloud can provide a very faithful geometrical information, while other advanced technique can provide the exact position of the different HVAC systems. On this basis, the evaluation of different scenarios can be made and reliable computational data can be obtained through BIM 4D and BIM 5D. This is very important for the owner that can make informed decisions. So, looking from FC perspective, BIM is convenient even for a simple house over 100 euro worth. Under this economic amount, the BIM modeling is not economically convenient, and the use of CAD and usual metric calculation evaluation are used. For a more complex building over 100 euro worth, the BIM modeling is economically convenient as computational analysis is based on real data and estimate will be free of uncertainties. For work over 1 million euro, it is always cheaper to use BIM. But looking at the entire life cycle, BIM is always convenient, even for a small house. We know that building sector has one of the highest impact on the environment because of continuous use of the soil emission deriving by the material used, emission during the construction, emission during the use. while we can reduce the impact of the built environment by refurbishing existing building more than building new buildings, reuse and recycle materials, or use innovative low impact materials. Optimize the logistic of the building site, reducing the waste, and above all, build and restore to obtain zero energy building. It has been evaluated that even if we look at the entire life cycle of a building, only 5% of the cost is related to the design and 18% to construction, while more than 70% is related to the use of building. Therefore, small mistakes in the design due to wrong assumption will be paid for the rest of the life building. The European Commission has published the result of an investigation that has shown that there is a huge gap between the energy performance that has been conceived during the design, what has been obtained during the construction, and what is the real performance during the use. That's why it's very important to provide a simulation with a trustful data using BIM and have a monitoring system using digital twin to monitor the behavior of both occupants and equipment. The existing condition analysis is the most important phase for the refurbishment of existing buildings. Any euro spent in this phase to obtain trustful information is paid back of at least one order of magnitude during the next stage of the building life, especially during the operation and maintenance. The focus in this phase is in fact on the exchange and sharing of information among the different actors. The BSI certification system on energy performance is based on this aspect: what information is exchanged, when, among who, and why. For instance, during the existing condition analysis, it is important that the regulating authority provides the plans and eventually the history of previous refurbishments. Besides, provides a requirement for energy performance, health, and safety. The owner provides the use profile of each thermal zone, any refurbishment work done previously, the electricity bill of at last 3-4 years, the plant of HVAC systems, if existing, etc. The architect in charge collect all this information and start to build the digital model of the asset. Verified information received eventually use advanced technique used for a laser scanning, thermography, etc. to build the digital model. The BIM consultant makes a first diagnosis and evaluate the energy class of the building. He can also produce a preliminary simulation of some intervention to improve the energy class of the building. The map engineer intervened to provide advice on the feasibility of upgrading or revamping or substituting existing HVAC system. At this point, the architect will have all the elements to prepare the preliminary design of the refurbishment as shown in the next process. The McLemy curve on the left shows how important is this phase in order to reduce the time and the cost. In practice, we are moving in the beginning of the decision-making process when we are still in the virtual world, green shape, when every variation costs a few days or hours of work, instead of then being obliged to stop the work to solve unpredictable problems deriving from the wrong assumption, the gray shape. The use of BIM will allow to achieve better result in less time and minor costs, and possibly without legal dispute. Red light. During the preliminary design, The ESCO, if the owner has decided to take advantage of the energy performance contracting, will have the role to make the financial evaluation of the intervention and compare with the possible achievable saving. With the use of a BIM collaborative format, all the actors will contribute to find the best technical solution for the best performance and at the minimum cost. Thanks to BIM and the information collected during the site analysis, this process will be very interactive and fast. The main output of the developed design phase will be a more detailed refurbishment plan that will leave less room to mistakes due to incomprehension and/or design errors as a consequence of the interference between architectural and HVAC plans. During the technical design, all the choices will be frozen so that the financial plan will be even more detailed, and the model of the refurbishment asset will be enriched with all the information related to products and equipment that will be used during the construction phase. This model will be the base of the contract with the constructor. This is the most challenging phase. Usually, constructors are not very digitalized and they interpret the design more than executing what has been decided in the technical design phase. It is indeed important the constructor knows how to read a BIM model, and if any modification occurs, it promptly communicated to the owner or architect in order to have a real digital twin of the building. Besides, the role of installers is also important, as they need to provide in a digital standardized format all the information needed to manage and maintain the installed equipment, and also information of the final disposal. We can imagine how costly is the maintenance when any information about the equipment is missing or not updated. If everything has been realized as described, the operation and management will be very smooth, as anybody involved in the management and maintenance will find all the information in the right format whenever needed, even after years the refurbishment has been completed. What I have presented till now is better explained in a guideline that can be freely downloaded from the Italian Building Smart Chapter website. Here is the link. The guideline can be considered the body of knowledge for the qualification on the use of BIM for energy performance that I will present now. The requirements for the smooth exchange of information during the lifetime of a building to ensure the best performance has been transformed in a framework of learning outcome to make all the actors aware of the importance of the exchange of the right information among the right actors and the right time, and above all, in the right format for many possible future use. The first module is related to the existing condition, and the competencies are defined from the task that they should perform. For instance, the task gathered information related to different technology and materials among which to choose the best technical solution will provide the learning outcome, understand the strategies to reduce energy consumption and source of renewable energy, both in the choice of materials and in the design of the construction solution, to guarantee a low energy consumption. For each learning outcome, there are 7 questions associated with 4 answers each, where only one is right. The same structure has been conceived for the preliminary design stage, for the technical design stage, for the construction stage, and for the operation and management stage. In total, The qualification is based on 5 moduli, each with 5 learning outcome, each learning outcome with 7 questions, and each question with 4 answers. In the next slide, we show our procedure to realize the qualification schema based on BSI technology. BSI set the rules to develop a learning outcome framework, and through the chapters recognize the training providers able to qualify people through a web-based qualification system. The expert define the learning outcome framework and the competencies to get the qualification. The expert also provided a body of knowledge to be used by the trainers of the register and training providers to train people wishing to be qualified. Finally, I want to invite you to join our European project ARISE. Our project intends to use the BSI system not only for the BIM competencies but also for the energy performance competencies, as even the best design can be jeopardized by bad implementation of the best available technology. Any person will be able to access content to any learning platform and will be able to build specific professional competencies little by little through a maturity level system certified through blockchain technology. In this way, they will build a trustful recognition of competencies accepted by the European market. The same maturity system will be offered both from the offer as well from the demand side. This because a good offer is built on a good demand. Therefore, we believe that ARISE is aimed at the whole European market and beyond. These are my contacts, our website and the ARISE project website. The ARISE website is not yet running, but will be soon and will be full of content. In the meantime, we invite you to participate to the ARISE forum at this link. We will select one topic a month to have an open discussion with all the stakeholders. We will take any suggestion to build a European system of recognition of competencies that could be used by anyone from both the demand and offer side for the future of our planet without emission coming from our buildings. Thank you for your attention.